Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talking About Balls. We have missed you all. We are back. We are ready to roll. I am Justin George, joined as always by Kyle Price. Sorry for the delayed start and the day after we normally would have done a show. We'll explain all of that and more and then some. But first and foremost, how you doing?
Good, man. It's been a while since we've
I feel like a lot has
conversed
happened.
On the old show here. No, it's good. I mean, a lot has happened. I guess a lot's happened, but yeah, it's been a month now. I think 30 days or so since
Just
we
about.
last talked. Yeah, life's been busy. I mean, I'll run through a quick bullshit moments for me real quick. I'll let you then go. I've got most of my tattoos almost complete. It's getting there. So.
Oh, yeah?
Still got a couple more parts to fill in. That's going to be done in like 2 weeks. So, but in 2 weeks it'll be completely shaded in. This last one sucked because I went and got it done, and then I went out and spent the entire day in the sun the next day, and that did not really have the best reaction. But
yeah.
it's all right. It's surviving. Lots of lotion, lots of skin stuff, so we're fine. It scabbed a little bit quicker than I wanted it to. No, so we got that. And then Jess's parents just put an offer in and they got accepted for a house they're buying. They're moving from
nice.
North Olmsted to right down the street here in North Ridgeville. They're living in a development probably like 7 minutes away from here. So we were over there today and did like a home inspection with someone and walked through. It's like a house that was built in 2017. They got a great deal on it. It's in a 55 and over community type thing, but like the house is by itself. They consider it a condo, which is weird, but it's actually a house. Like it's a full, huge ranch style house. And then we got our anniversaries coming up. Me and Jess's 16th year wedding anniversary is next weekend. So we're going up to Geneva on the lake to celebrate, get a house for like 2 days up there and celebrate and have some fun like we did last year. But other than that, man, work. And then that's pretty much it. So that's my BS moment. What's been going on?
Yeah, pretty much same with me. Nothing too exciting. Like we've got some cool stuff coming up, but I had to actually postpone a lot of things because my back, I acted up.
Old man Justin.
I normally get little sciatica every once in a while, but it happens give or take like once every couple of years, and it only tends to last for like a day or two. It's never that bad. So like I got it. I woke up with it, or I take that back. I'm sorry. I was getting up at work out of my desk, out of my chair, and I stood up and I was like, ooh, I can feel that. I'm like, all right, sciatica, here it comes. So again, I go home, I use icy hot, typical routine, same shit. I do my stretches that I normally do. My favorite one that helps me is you basically lay on your back, you put your butt up against the wall, and then you bend your legs up against the wall and you just lay on your back and just stretch out like that. Came home, did it, thought, all right, this will clear up pretty soon like it normally does. And I was getting to 3 weeks with the pain and it not getting much better. So finally I caved and asked Tara to reach out to a family friend, and I went to a chiropractor yesterday. I went to his office, and he did some work on me, stretches, did that like electric thing. He basically looks like an EKG with like the pads, and it's an electric machine. It like buzzes and stuff.
Like a TENS unit or something, or
I don't know what it's called, to be honest. I'll have to ask Tara what it is. I honestly don't know, but yeah, basically it's attached to this machine. He sticks each like pad onto your back in like a square, and then he turns the machine on, like puts some voltage into it, and it like vibrates. If you've ever seen the Jackass movies, I forgot which one, but they were doing it in that, but they were using like way high power, but they put it on like, I think it was Aaron. They put it on his balls in the movie. If you remember,
I know you're talking about, yeah.
It's just like that, but it was obviously wasn't that high voltage, and it was on my back. So we did that yesterday. He gave me some new stretches to try, and I feel great today. It's still a little bit painful, mostly when I get up, when I'm sitting for a long time. That's why we're only going to do a short episode tonight, because as soon as I stand up from a seated position, that's where the pain starts acting up on the left side, and I have like a little bit of a limp on my walk. And it sucked. It's been annoying because it came at the worst possible time. It happened 3 days before Father's Day. And every year for Father's Day tradition, we go golfing with Tara's dad, and I had to cancel. I couldn't move. She even asked, she's like, well, if we can't golf, what do you want to do for Father's Day? And I was like, honestly nothing. I was like, my back hurts so bad. I just want to stay home. Like, I want to lay on the floor. Let me just watch movies that I like. We'll get some food. I don't want to do anything. So that's what we did. And then the next weekend, we were supposed to golf with Lorene for her boyfriend, Josh, his birthday. He said, Lorene asked him, what do you want for your birthday? He goes, I want to golf with Justin and Tara. And we were like, okay, sounds great. We had it planned for months. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't swing. So I had to cancel that. So back-to-back weekends, I couldn't golf. And then ironically enough, I really had to figure something out for it because tomorrow my company is doing an outing at Topgolf, and I want to swing a golf club. I don't just want to sit there. So I wanted to get my back right. On top of that, we're going to Cedar Point on Sunday. So my back needs to be in good shape for that. And then next weekend, we're going out of town for Tara's birthday. We're going down to Cincinnati area, and we're going to go to Kings Island. We're staying down there for the weekend.
I was just by there on my way home. Drove right by it.
I forgot the name of the suburb. There's a little town that's like, I think it's literally a 15-minute drive from Kings Island, a little further south from Kings Island. And I found a cool hotel, and it's a cool little like city, a lot of stuff to do within walking distance, and had like good reviews. I was Googling like fun cities down there. So yeah, we got a hotel. We're going to stay down there next weekend for Tara's birthday. Like we were supposed to go to Cedar Point last week. I took off work on the 1st and 2nd because I was off the 3rd, and we were going to go to Cedar Point on the 1st, but it was so damn hot. It was like 100 degrees, and we were going to make Teddy go outside in that. So the problem is we have season passes to Six Flags parks. Six Flags owns everything now, apparently.
Yeah.
And we bought them through Cedar Point. And Kings Island we can get into Kings Island with our passes. The only problem is there's a rule that you have to go to the home park you bought your passes from first to activate them before you can go to any other park in the country. So we have to go to Cedar Point before we go to Kings Island in order to use our passes. So that's why we're going to go last week. Had to cancel because of the weather. So we're going to go this Sunday. So we're going to go activate our passes. Then next weekend, we're going down to Kings Island. So a lot of cool shit coming up. A lot of cool shit that I had to pass on, that I had to miss because of my back. But honestly, I'm doing so much better today. A lot of icy hot. Had a doctor's appointment, ironically, the day after Father's Day for just a normal checkup. Everything came back great. Did blood work. Everything's good. Blood pressure's good. He gave me some muscle relaxers for my back. Those have been very good. And life's been good, all things considered.
I was going to add too, like I weighed in this morning at 281, and it's the lightest I've been since high school.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, so 334 back in May. So I kind of lost a lot of weight, and I ballooned back up because I just got lazy, whatever you want to call. And then the last couple months, I've been really on like eating better, and obviously I'm taking still the GLP-1s, but eating better, just being active. But 281 is the lightest I've been in a very long time. Like I even looked in the mirror the other day. I'm like, Jesus, like it's here. It's all like here. And then the pant sizes that I'm down, like I'm still wearing pants that I wore when I still like lost weight. Now I have to go down more because I'll come home from work and Jess will look at me and she's like, those are baggy ass pants on you. Like I put a golf polo on. It is. I put a golf polo on the other day, and I was going to wear it for the Red, White, and Brew, like the golf outing at Mallard.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
I put it on, and like it like looked like a dress. Like it literally looked like a dress because of how baggy long it was. I'm like, this is pathetic. So I have to go shopping. I get a bonus once a month because I said my next bonus check we're going to go clothes shopping, get some stuff that fits that works. But
update the wardrobe.
The biggest thing I'm excited about, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is the Cedar Point thing, is I have not been to Cedar Point in forever because obviously I couldn't fit on the ride. So I told Jess before the end of the year, because I'm losing weight pretty quick, my goal is like 250, 245-ish, and that'd be close to like 90 pounds lost though.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to Cedar Point. Like I'm going to go. I could probably go ride some rides now at my size now because I fit in an airplane seat perfectly fine, which is probably the size that most rides are at Cedar Point.
Yeah, it's very comparable.
So I want to go, and I want to go ride Cedar Point, spend the whole day down there. So probably August, September, I'm going to plan for a whole day. So I'll let people know, but if he wants to go with me, but I told her I get there early in the morning, start at the front of the park, and like I was when I was a kid, and work my way to the back of the park and ride everything. My biggest fear, though, as I've gotten older, is vertigo. And I'm like, don't let me be fucking motion sickness. I don't want this ruining like my trip and day. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, congrats, man. I've actually been on a weight loss mission myself. I being a father, it's just time consuming. I don't have time to work out anymore like I used to. Eating is more so like, I'm just going to eat really quick. You get tired. So you're like, let's just order out. So you end up, eating out a lot.
Eating bad, not great stuff, right?
Yeah. So I noticed I just didn't like the way I was looking. Like I used to work out pretty regularly. I was never like in great shape, but I was like decent. I had some muscle, whatever. And I realized I was losing a lot of that. And like my weight didn't go up a ton. Like I think the most I ever weighed that I know of was like 280 something, I think. And that was like 15 years ago, something like that. And then I weighed myself recently and I was like 260 something, 262, I think I was when I started. And I was like, all right, I need to lose weight and I need to like get active again. So I've been doing intermittent fasting and just actually counting calories and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's been tremendous. Over the last month, I've dropped about 20 pounds. Awesome, man. My last weigh-in was like 240 something. I think just about 242. So yeah, I think I dropped about 20 pounds in the last, give or take, month and a half, 2 months.
I mean, I eat a lot of protein.
I haven't been doing a ton. I eat light for the most part, but I do try to get a lot of protein, and it's just meats, vegetables, and protein. And that's pretty much it. I don't really drink anymore. I don't get me wrong. I actually just cracked one because we haven't done an episode in a while, but I'm drinking low calorie. Basically, they're Aldi's version of the mom waters. It just actually sounded good. It's called Bear Water, and this one's blueberry acai. It sounded pretty good, so I bought those. But yeah, I really don't drink a ton anymore. I'm trying to not like snack and eat out as much, and it's been going well. I'm down a lot of weight, down like 20 pounds. I'm feeling good. So
I don't drink much. We don't go out much. I mean, we go to the bar once in a while, but it's not the same.
Yeah, like, same with me.
I don't get wasted, But no, it's crazy. Like me, I bought like one of those Ninja blenders at home. So because I make my own, I'll get up in the morning, make a protein shakes, like frozen like strawberries and bananas and protein powder mixed in with it, just blend it all up, and that's my shake in the morning. And that's something that hold me over for the most of the day until like afternoon time, and then it's like a heavy protein dinner, right? And that's why I'm excited, because I think I told you I got the Traeger, the grill. Got it built. It's out there. Like we're gonna actually use it this weekend. I'm gonna grill try to smoke a brisket on Sunday. So our dinner is gonna have like a high. But again, it's meat, high protein. So like I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, it's a big change, man. Big change getting old, I tell you.
It was funny because when I was at my doctor's appointment, they always ask you, they're like, do you drink? And I was kind of proud of myself because I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I really don't drink that much anymore. I was like, I don't really drink during the week. And I was like, and on the weekends, if we go somewhere, I was like, I don't really drink like I used to. And he's like, all right, well, let's just say you're out on a weekend. How much do you drink? And I was like, I don't know, like 5 or 6, thinking like that's a good number. And he was like, that's still considered binging. And I'm thinking in my head, like, come on, I thought you were gonna like be like, good for you, but he still found a way to put
5
or
down. 6, like, oh yeah, you're an alcoholic. You probably.
I was expecting him to be like, that's actually really good. Like that's not that much, because I used to drink like 5 or 6 a night for a while. Like that was nothing.
Yeah, right. I mean, I go out and do something. Like we're going out. Like we have a golf tournament Saturday, and we're thinking about going up to Razzles afterwards with the group and just hanging out. And I'll have a couple then, but like. Back in the day, it's like, all right, let's do shots. Let's do fucking pound beers. Let's do this and that. Like, it's just not the same. Not the same anymore.
Same with me. Like, I would go out and it's like, all right, we're going to go to, let's go grab dinner at a bar. And with dinner, I'm having like 3 or 4 beers. And it's, to me, it's nothing. It's like, all right, now let's just go home and spend the rest of the night like normal. 4 beers is absolutely nothing. But I digress. So, yeah, we're both getting healthier as we get older. We're trying at least. So that's good. Congratulations.
I want to live as long as I can, man.
That's it. Yeah, life is fun. Let's keep it rolling. And then as you start to get older, you start to realize I'm not immortal. I should probably do some things to not help myself die. So that's pretty much what I started doing.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, let's get into it again. We're doing a pretty quick episode, so we're going to cut a couple of the topics we had on the list, but that is okay. Obviously, the number one thing everybody's talking about, LeBron James.
What's the rumor with LeBron? I haven't heard anything about this.
Yeah, this guy. It's been pretty quiet. So I'm hearing some stuff. Let me tell you, I am hearing. And
I've heard it. I haven't heard anything you're going to mention, but I've heard it's picked up a little bit today, right?
Yeah, that I don't really buy.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you know what? Technically, it does. So what I've heard over the last few weeks, obviously, I've heard LeBron is coming back to Cleveland. Then I've heard that he is trying to recruit some people with him, one of them being Anthony Davis. Now, at first, you go, no, that's impossible. Washington wants to keep him. They came out and said, we're not getting rid of him, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Washington makes a trade. Who do they trade for? One young center named DeAndre Ayton. Now, why would they need two of these starting caliber centers? And that just leads me to go, Anthony Davis is probably getting traded. Maybe there's a little validity to that rumor behind it. Then there's a rumor now that's going around that I've seen, and I kind of have a belief that Draymond Green will be joining LeBron James in Cleveland, Ohio.
That's a stacked roster, man. Who are we getting rid of? I mean, we can't keep who we have.
No, so in order to make this, I did the math. It would require a sign-and trade for the players. Draymond Green is technically a free agent, so he would be a sign-and trade. I don't know who there would be three teams at least. It would be between Golden State, Washington, because they have Anthony Davis, and Cleveland. And the players going away, and I've done this on the ESPN trade thing, and it works, is I think it was Jared Allen goes to Golden State, and Schroeder and Max Strus go to Washington. Cavs get Anthony Davis and Draymond Green. Obviously, there would probably be more like pick swapping and things like that thrown in there.
I assume that's LeBron coming at league minimum, because there's no way that happens at any other level.
Well, it does match, because Draymond Green would sign for a lesser contract. That's why he would be a sign and trade. So he'd sign for a cheaper contract as well. Anthony Davis makes a good amount of money, but his money balances out in the trade with Schroeder, who I think is making like $16 million a year. And then Max Strus is making like $15 million. And then Jared Allen's making like 30 something million. So all the money balances out in that trade if you traded those three players to bring back those two players.
What's our starting lineup in that case then?
Your starting lineup is you're going James Harden at point. You're going Donovan Mitchell at shooting guard, LeBron at small forward, Evan Mobley at the 4, and Anthony Davis at the 5. And then Draymond Green is your sixth man off the bench. And that's only if they keep James Harden, because there's some rumblings going around that LeBron's not too keen on the idea of playing with James Harden. Whether that's true or not, just I don't know if you saw the Rich Paul whiteboard that he had a couple of weeks ago or last week, and they were putting some like little nuggets of info of how LeBron feels about certain teams and players. That is pretty good. The only thing that's weird about those drinks is they're not carbonated, so you expect a little bit of like a White Claw kick, and there's just nothing. It's just flat water, but it's actually good. Tastes good. But
so you think
there would be?
I mean, you think it's for sure he's coming into Cavs? You think for sure?
I do. No other team really makes sense. Going to Miami, I guess, would kind of make sense, but I feel like that's too much star power. Not that LeBron cares. I think, at this point in his career, he is going for a championship, but I think he also wants to make like a show of it. And going down to Miami with Giannis, with Bam Adebayo, yes, there's history of him with Miami, but other than that, there's no history. He's never played with Giannis. Obviously, they've been, opponents for years. Him and Bam Adebayo, he's not like none of the players on the Heat were there when he was there. Eric Spoelstra is the only connection that he has, and Pat Riley. So for me, it just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like a good fit. Giannis also tends to kind of play the 3. Like I know he's like 6'10" or whatever, so he's technically like a 4, but the way he plays on the court, he plays like a wing, and so does LeBron. So that would mean LeBron would kind of have to play out of position, and that would be a little awkward in my opinion. And I also don't think the Heat have much depth. So I think that would be another issue for them. Like, I don't believe they're as good of a team as the Cavaliers if LeBron's serious about a championship. So I would cross the Heat off personally. So that would lead to Philadelphia, which is another rumored team, in Cleveland. And Philly doesn't make a lot of sense to me because you have Doc Rivers, who I think if we're being honest, Doc Rivers is kind of a known choke artist as a head coach. Obviously, some news, Jaylen Brown was traded to Philadelphia from Boston for Paul George and some draft picks. Jaylen Brown's a very good player, but Jaylen Brown's not like a superstar. He's really good. I'm not knocking him, but he's not who you would consider one of the best in the league. Same with Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is a good player. He's a good scorer. Would you consider him one of the best players in the league? He's top 20, but Donovan Mitchell's an all-pro player. He's our all-NBA. He is considered arguably a top 10 player. We have James Harden, who's a former MVP, who actually earned his MVP, unlike Joel Embiid, who I don't believe earned his MVP that they gifted him a couple of years ago. And speaking of Joel Embiid on the Sixers, you can't count on him. He misses 50 games a year. He's a walking injury. You cannot count on him. And I know Anthony Davis is the same thing. So if the Cavs do not get Anthony Davis, I'm not going to be upset about it. But the Sixers are a good team, but I also don't think that they are LeBron James away from being great. And I do think that Tyrese Maxey needs to score, 30 points a night. Jaylen Brown scores 30 points a night. Joel Embiid scores 25, 30 points a night. VJ Edgecombe, he is a sharpshooter three-pointer. He would fit well with them. Adding LeBron, who's going to want to score 15 to 20 points a night, is just, you're asking a lot out of your team, and there's only one basketball. And I know all those points sound great in theory. If they were all able to average that every night, then yeah, sure, that Sixers team would go undefeated, but that's just not reasonable. The amount of shots each player would have to take.
Be made here.
It's tough. There has to be an event that's going on. My thought would be he's going to do it this weekend. It's going to happen Sunday. Or Monday. He's going to want to be the first news cycle of the week because then he will get coverage for the whole week. So I'm guessing if he does it, it will be on a Sunday or a Monday. I just don't know when. I'm kind of sick of waiting. The one thing that makes me think it's coming soon, and this just leaked, LeBron James was spotted golfing. I'm sure you saw that there were some palm trees behind him in his picture yesterday. So people are starting to go, where is he? He just spent the last week in Cleveland. He was all over Cleveland and Akron and posting pictures proudly. Where the heck is this guy at? There's palm trees. So he's clearly gone. Everyone started going, oh shit, he's in Miami. He's about to sign with the Heat. Turns out he's in Puerto Rico. So he's in Puerto Rico golfing and he has some friends with him. One of those friends, Draymond Green. I just saw the picture. Draymond Green and LeBron James are currently hanging out in Puerto Rico when we're on the cusp of potential deals happening with the Cavaliers.
Could you imagine Draymond on the Cavs?
He is the type of player that you absolutely hate when you're facing him, but on your team, you'll love him. So he will bring that. I mean, this Cavs team has been considered soft. They got pushed around by the Knicks. They were pushed around by the Raptors. They were pushed around by the Pistons, although they were able to beat two of those three teams. The Knicks smoked them. They boat raced them. Yeah. Draymond Green isn't going to put up with that kind of shit. LeBron James isn't going to allow that kind of shit. You're not going to see a 28-point turnaround with Draymond Green and LeBron James on the court. So those two right there, not that is going to happen every season or every playoff, but I just think that they would be great together.
And it would be a hell of a story for LeBron to come to Cleveland and then bring them back to a championship.
100% at 42 years old.
Yep. Interesting. So, I mean, I could see it. And before I didn't believe it, but now some of the stuff happening, it kind of makes sense. It's lining up. Be curious. As long as we didn't lose Mitchell, as long as we didn't lose any of Mobley, we keep Mobley and Mitchell. I'm good. I'm good with those two staying on the team and bringing those other guys in. That'd be kind of interesting.
Absolutely. So as we mentioned, obviously there have been some moves. There have been some moves made in the NBA so far in the offseason. The first one being Giannis Antetokounmpo was traded from Milwaukee to Miami for Tyler Hero and a bunch of draft picks, essentially. So not really a huge package. Then, as I said, Jaylen Brown got traded from Boston to Philly for Paul George and some draft picks. LaMelo Ball got traded from Charlotte to Minnesota for nothing, basically. I don't really like that trade for Minnesota. I think that's a bad move. And then I'm trying to think of some other big moves. Oh, another rumor, I'm sorry, for the Cavs that I keep hearing is Jonathan Kuminga. They're very interested in Jonathan Kuminga in a sign and trade with Atlanta. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
He's a good basketball player. I'd take him on the team.
I'd take him in a heartbeat. I would take him over Anthony Davis if you're looking for a big man. He's dependable. He's younger. He's not fragile like Anthony Davis. Don't get me wrong. If Anthony Davis can stay healthy all day, I take Anthony Davis, but I can't trust Anthony Davis to stay healthy at this point in his career.
Right.
So there have been a lot of moves in the NBA. The Cavs have lost some people. They have lost Keon Ellis. He signed with the Brooklyn Nets, and they lost Dean Wade, who seemed like a priority. He has signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. I forgot to mention him when I was naming the team.
Is he a miss, though? Are you going to get heartburn over missing him?
No, but if we don't get LeBron, then I think it hurts. And I'm not comparing Dean Wade to LeBron. I'm just comparing like the depth and the type of player that Dean Wade is. I think he's helpful with his size. Now, if you're replacing Dean Wade with LeBron James or Draymond Green, 100%, do that all day. That's great. If you're not, then I don't love it for the Cavs. That's my biggest thing. I've been texting with my one buddy. Shout out to my friend Bill. We've been talking about LeBron for months now. He and I have actually been talking about how LeBron's going to come finish his career in Cleveland for the last 5 years since he went to LA. So we're just waiting for this to finally happen. But we've been talking recently, and I keep telling him, I'm over the LeBron saga. I think I'm 99% positive LeBron's coming to Cleveland. So for me, that's nothing. I'm not even thinking about it. For me, it's who else are they going to get? Because that's not enough. LeBron James coming to this team currently is not enough. The bench isn't good. They don't have a big man. They don't have depth. They still need to add some good pieces. So I'm more interested in the people that come with LeBron than I am about LeBron at this point.
Yeah,
that's why seeing him with Draymond Green is okay, is that going to happen? Are they going to make a move for Jonathan Kuminga? I'm excited for those moves. Where for me, it's I'm almost ready to cement LeBron James into the starting lineup, and I can't believe I had to have this conversation with some people. But I personally, I would love LeBron coming back. I don't know why there's people out there that are kind of hating on it. It's crazy, but
probably assume that because you get LeBron, you kind of lose everything else. But if it stays how it is, and we only lose Jarrett Allen and Schroeder and whatever else, and you get LeBron, I'm okay with it. And LeBron's proven, especially the last 2 years. I think LeBron prior to the last 2 years was someone who came onto the team and kind of ruined the culture, ruined the ebb and flow. But I think LeBron last year and the year before kind of showed that he can come on and blend well and not be the distraction or not be it has to run through me type. He can come in and be kind of that role player, and he's not going to demand the center because, let's be honest, the team's still Mitchell's, right? It's still Mitchell's. And if LeBron comes in and kind of just co-parts that, it's someone who's part of that equation and not I need to have the center, the attention, then I think it's going to be successful.
100%. LeBron is at a stage in his career where he knows what he's doing. He obviously used to be, he's a leader. He used to be a leader, and he used to be the best player on the team by far everywhere he was. Now he's still up there as one of the better players, but he's probably not the best player on the team anymore, especially when he was with the Lakers. Luka Doncic obviously is better than LeBron James currently, but LeBron was still a leader.
Yep.
And I think LeBron will do the same thing here in Cleveland. It'll be LeBron as a leader, James Harden as a bit of a leader because he's not the same player he used to be. And then you're giving it to Evan Mobley and to Donovan Mitchell to be the best players on the court. And that's what's going to set this Cavs team apart to be, a championship contender next year on top of whoever else they bring in. Obviously, Kuminga and Draymond Green would be great additions. Draymond would be a good leader as long as he's not punching his teammates. But can't promise anything with Draymond, but I'm excited for it. I'm really hoping that LeBron comes to Cleveland and then, we get to really take a shot at a championship. One of the other trades that happened, I really quickly wanted to talk about with you. Kawhi Leonard was traded from the Clippers back to the Toronto Raptors.
Now he's under investigation right now, isn't he?
Now that trade is being postponed, or it's being paused, I should say. And that's because the NBA, they are investigating the allegations that he was paid under the table, essentially, from a false account or from a false company to what's the word? Crap, I can't think of it. What they were doing to circumvent the salary cap. Sorry, I couldn't remember the word. They were doing it to circumvent the salary cap. So basically what the Los Angeles Clippers were doing is hypothetical number. All right, they'll say, hey, Kawhi, we're going to pay you $75 million a year, but your contract is only going to say you're making $40 million a year, and we'll give you the other $35 million from Ascension or whatever it's called, some company that they made up. And somebody started investigating that, Pablo Torre, the journalist, and that uncovered some shit because then all of a sudden this actually it's now currently being investigated by the NBA because it's a factual thing. And essentially what's holding up the trade is the Clippers. And the only way for this trade to go through is the Toronto Raptors would have to accept whatever punishment is dealt out about the Kawhi situation if they take him on right now. So my guess is the Toronto Raptors are going to say no thank you because I think it is 100% a true story that they were circumventing.
And I believe if they find it to be true, that's draft picks and whatever else. So why would Toronto want that responsibility?
Toronto would be getting gutted with penalties. when they didn't do anything technically, but they would have to take it. So very curious to see how this is going to go. Another one I'm interested in, and I don't know if I don't think we've done an episode since, but the New York Knicks won the championship. Whoop-de-doo.
I'm sure your friends are very happy, though. I saw some pictures of them.
They were happy for like a day, and I keep dogging them because I was like, when the Cavs won, we shut down. Like, I took off work for a week. I was at the airport. I was at the parade. I didn't want to do anything other than talk about the championship, hang out with friends. These guys were like, oh, the Knicks won. Yeah, they went outside. They went outside the night of the win, and then they just went to work the next day. Like, it was boring. They didn't talk about it. I was like, your championship fucking sucks. It's already forgotten. Because like 2 days after the championship, that's when Giannis got traded. So I was messing with my buddies, and I was like, the Giannis news is right now, it's already more important and more talked about than the Knicks championship. And the Knicks championship just happened a day ago. And I was just making fun of them. I was like, the Knicks have the most forgettable championship in NBA history because no one even fucking remembers it. And it happened a month ago. But one funny thing that I'd like to see Pablo Torre do is investigate the New York Knicks, because I have it on pretty good authority that they're doing the exact same thing that the Los Angeles Clippers are doing. And how they're doing it is, if you remember, when Jalen Brunson signed his contract with the Knicks, he took a discount because he wanted them to have some flexibility on the roster. But then what did the Knicks do? They hired his dad, Rick Brunson. Yes, the same one accused of rape when he was in Minnesota, is an assistant coach with the New York Knicks with an undisclosed amount for salary. A little fishy that they hire his dad with an undisclosed amount of money, and Jalen Brunson takes a quote-unquote discount so they can win a championship. Money from the cops. So they're overpaying Rick Brunson to circumvent the salary cap. And my understanding, shout out to Don P., former fellow member of Redline Radio back in the day, he was the one telling me that he believes Pablo Torre is investigating the Knicks next to see what he can dig up about that. So very curious to see if that happens, because if that becomes true, obviously they're not going to strip them of their championship. But I can always hold that over my friends' heads that their championship was cheated. It has an asterisk next to it. They did it, in bad faith, and I would absolutely love that. So I'm really hoping that happens. So we'll see. Really quickly, I want to go over a couple things. Let me check my list. Training camp's getting ready to happen for the NFL, but we don't really have to do anything much about that. We'll do an episode, I'm sure, within the next couple of weeks, and that'll be before training camp starts. Nothing really has happened. Truthfully, it's still Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders for the starter, and we will see how that goes once the doors are open for fans and everyone's there with their cameras, and it will be nonstop Browns training camp action. I was going to talk about the Matt Miller incident, but we can talk about that another time. If you don't know about that, he is a former Bleacher Report reporter. Sorry. He used to work for Bleacher Report. Now he works for ESPN. He's a draft analyst for the NFL. And he got into a car accident recently. And at first you hear about it, you're like, oh my God, that sucks. Matt Miller, I've known about this guy for years. I followed him before and stuff like that. And he lost an arm. He had a horrible injury. And then some weird stuff starts coming out and takes you down a weird rabbit hole. So I implore you to do a little investigating on Matt Miller, and we will talk about that on the next episode because we have plenty of time. Quickly for baseball, Guardians are kind of falling apart. Obviously, Jose Ramirez, Angel Martinez, Chase DeLauter all got hurt in the same game about a month ago. Chase DeLauter has returned. Angel Martinez is taking batting practice, and Jose Ramirez is still out for quite some time with a broken bone on his hand. The Guardians are teetering around 500. They are slowly losing ground in the division, and I hate to say it, but I do not have high expectations or much faith for the rest of this season. However, they do have 3 All-Stars that will be playing on Tuesday night in Philadelphia. Shout out to Cade Smith getting his first All-Star game nod as closer. Shout out to rookie Parker Messick, who's having a phenomenal season as a starting pitcher. He is having a legitimate Rookie of the Year season / even a Cy Young, you could whisper right now. He will be at the All-Star game. And number 1 pick, Travis Bazzana. He is making his All-Star debut, rookie year, second base. Really not deserving, if I'm being honest, but he has he's getting there pretty much by default because there are no good second basemen in the American League. So he is there by default. But it's an all-star nonetheless. We'll talk more about baseball. We have a whole half of a season to talk about, but everybody gets to take a little bit of a break here. It is the all-star break after Sunday. That's pretty much all I have. The main thing, obviously, all anybody's talking about here in Cleveland is LeBron James. I think he's coming back. I think we're closing this chapter on his career. He'll be here for a couple of years. I do think we'll bring in his son. Bronny will be here in Cleveland. I think Bronny, if they're smart, put him on a 2-way contract, let him play for the Cleveland Charge, and the Cleveland Charge games will likely be pretty popular for fans just to go see LeBron, because he'll go to his son's games, I'm sure, whenever he can. So you'll have a chance to see LeBron. You get a chance to watch Bronny every night. I'm sure Savannah will be there. The whole family will be coming to these games. I'm obviously not endorsing anything of people to like go stalk them and be weird, but
plus it gives him more time to practice and gives him more comfortability, getting better at that game, and not just shoved into an NBA game. I just don't think he's good in the...
And I also think like he's a human being. He's a kid. He is the son of arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. So that comes with big shadows. You have Michael Jordan, who a lot of people say is the best player of all time, and that's a fair discussion. Whoever wants to do that, but Michael Jordan has kids, and his kids have amounted to nothing. His son recently was arrested for cocaine possession and for driving on railroad tracks. LeBron James's son.
That's all stuff that Michael did too. But I mean, he's
right. But Bronny is just trying to play basketball and just have a career. He's not hurting anybody. He's a nice kid, it seems like, and people just try to bash him. So when he was with the Lakers, he's getting booed out of arenas. People are treating him poorly because they don't know him. They don't care about him. In Cleveland, the fans went crazy, and that's one thing that Brian Windhorst keeps bringing up about what really like solidified LeBron's decision to at least think about coming back to Cleveland was when the Lakers were in Cleveland. Bronny James got to play, and when they announced his name, the crowd went nuts. They cheered for it. It was the biggest ovation he'd ever gotten, and they said LeBron was like super emotional and proud about that for his son to be in his hometown, to get cheered like that by the crowd. And I think that's something where LeBron's like, I want to experience that hometown championship with my son on the roster. What a moment that would be. I mean, that's like the greatest, hands down. This would be the greatest championship of LeBron's career, and even bigger than his one in 2016. That was, Cleveland's first one. So a lot of stuff, it will be happening. We're not going to do a show next Wednesday. Tara will actually be at the Lion King with her mom. That's her birthday gift. They're going to the play for the Lion King. So next Wednesday, we can't do a show. And then the Wednesday after that, let me check my calendar here. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. The 22nd, more than likely, should be good to do a show. So let's plan for the 22nd in 2 weeks, that Wednesday. And hopefully by then we have a decision from LeBron. That's why this episode was jokingly called The Decision Part 4, because this is LeBron's fourth free agency, fourth time to change teams. He went from Cleveland to Miami, Miami to Cleveland, Cleveland to Los Angeles. Now he's going wherever. I think it's Cleveland, but we shall see. And I think we'll have that answer in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we have that by the 22nd on our next show, and we can talk all about the new look Cavaliers. But with that said, it is time for everybody's favorite segment, and it is time for Just the Tip.
Okay,
Kyle, I don't think you sent one in to George, but if you have something, I didn't send one in, but I
do have a tip. No, so sure. I think I told you a while ago I was but I was reading the new book. I think I shared it with you. It's We Are Legion, We Are Bob. Did I share that with you?
Yeah, that's the one regarding Project Hail Mary, right?
No, different. So I started a whole different series. So it's a book. It's a book called We Are Legion, We Are Bob, and the premise of it is it starts off. It's a sci-fi book. I've been really into sci-fi comedy type things, but it's a guy who basically signs his life away. Not signs it away, but he becomes a millionaire. Sells his tech company. Signs a contract with a company that says that when I die, you'll put my body in whatever you'll cut my head off and keep my head frozen. And when the technology advances, you'll bring me back into a android, into whatever, right? But you have the rights to use my memories and my brain or whatever. So he's a tech guy. He ends up getting killed by a car like 3 days after he signs his paperwork, and he wakes up 120 years later, and he's an AI project. Like they brought him back into like an AI like drone or a droid. And so it's about the basically end of humanity, and like he's tasked with this goal of trying to find habitable planets. And there's 5 books, and like he ends up cloning himself. It's a whole thing, but it has really dark humor. It's really good. It's a really good story so far. I'm through this 2 books already. I'm on book 3, and I've got 2 more to go after this. So,
hell yeah,
it's a really good book. So when I finish the series, I'll let you know. But so far, the 2 books I've read / listened to, amazing.
Now I went back. I remember why I thought of Project Hail Mary, because you said now starting We Are Legion, and then you put parentheses We Are Bob, and you put recommended along the lines of Project Hail Mary. So that's why I thought that I knew they were like connected somehow, and that's what I remember you texting me that. So that sounds good.
Definitely. So I basically asked AI, I'm like, hey, just finished Project Hail Mary. What other books would you recommend that kind of have the same kind of theme, sci-fi, humor, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, we recommend this. So I gave it a listen. I was driving down to Columbus the one day, and I got 2 hours into the book, and I just couldn't put it down. And so it's amazing. So yeah, highly recommend it. But I'm through book 3 right now. So when I'm done with book 4 and 5, I'll let you know. But I'd probably recommend it, especially if you're into sci-fi type thing. It's a really good book.
Oh yeah, no, I've been reading a lot too. I've been kind of stretching myself thin with reading. I've been trying to do an audiobook, a Kindle book, and an actual physical copy book at the same time. I've been cycling through 3 books at once. Just depends on what I'm doing and what I can do. So I was listening to Craig Ferguson's Riding the Elephant book. I was listening to that audiobook. I was reading on my Kindle. I'm currently reading a book called it says something, I think it's Are You There, God? If Not, I'm Fucked, or something like that. It's from Daryl Hammond from Saturday Night Live. He was a good impressionist. It's his autobiography. I've heard he had a pretty wild upbringing, so I've been interested in reading this book for years, and I finally got it for my Kindle. And then I just finished Little John Rinaldi from Big Chuck and Little John. His autobiography came out. I read that. That was a good read. And I just returned it. And when I returned it, the library thing recommended it was like, oh, check out Big Chuck's book. And I was like, let's get that. So I checked that out. So I just brought that home today from the library. So
awesome.
I'm going to be starting that one. But yeah, so I've been doing a ton of reading myself. And it's a good thing. If any recommendation I have out there for you people is go read a book. People need to read more. Never stop learning. But mine is not a book. My recommendation this week is, for just the tip, is Ridiculous.
I saw this. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw it was on Netflix. Yeah.
So Louis C.K. has been touring Ridiculous, this tour, I guess, or special. He's been working on this material for about 2 years. He came to Cleveland in last summer. He actually did 2 shows. He did one that was a big announced arena show in Akron, and then he did a small theater show that tickets went on sale, and they were like, hey, he's doing 2 shows one night. Buy your tickets now before they sell out. And sure enough, they sold out in 10 seconds, and I was able to get some tickets. So I went and saw this tour last summer, literally about a year ago. And it was hilarious. Obviously, when he was just, it was over a year ago before he filmed the special. So he was still working on a lot of material. So I'd say half of what he did on the special for Netflix was in the show from what I saw. And that's cool, though. I like that. So it's not like I'm seeing the same exact thing.
Right.
So I recognized a couple jokes, and there's some other ones where I was like, oh, shit, that's really funny. I didn't hear that before. But yeah, this special was really good. I think he's personally my favorite comedian of all time. I think he's hilarious. So obviously I'm a little biased, but I really do just think he is that good. And I think this special is up there as, one of his better specials, because he is just the man. He just pumps out great jokes. I love his humor. And this one is free if you have Netflix. Just go stream it. It's only an hour. And I watched it as soon as I got home from work last Tuesday. It came out, and I watched it immediately. And I love it. Probably going to watch it again soon. So check out Ridiculous if you have not already, by Louis C.K.
I will do that.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is, of course, that time for us to bid you adieu. We are ending the show because I am going to go do some stretches and get my back working. And I am going to watch some TV and go to bed. So that's my fun life.
I'm going to Black Flag, the Assassin's Creed game. They just resynced it, remade it for Xbox. They've been making it for the last 2 years, just released today. So I'm going to play a video game, which I haven't done in a while. For a little while, kind of go down nostalgia lane here, because it's what I've seen so far is pretty amazing. And then I'm going to bed early too. So that's my night.
Really quick, speaking of video games, are you joining us on Saturday at our friends, or no?
I can't. I have that golf tournament, and we're going out.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. No, I was holding off to let him know because I knew I had something. I just wasn't sure what it was, but I won't be able to make it over there, unfortunately.
All righty.
Sorry.
All right, everybody. Then we will talk to you in about 2 weeks on plan for the 22nd. As of right now, we will schedule for that, but obviously subject to change. We'll keep you posted. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you again soon. And LeBron, if you're listening, come on back. Cleveland, that was for you. See you, everybody.
Later.